So for Taurus Risings, the hustle is real this month. Like, money is on your mind, business is on your schedule, shit is happening. If you are excited to dive into what the astrology, what the tarot, and what the oracle cards have to say about you and your rising sign for this month, make sure that you do like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, current philosophy student, and which proudly out of the broom closet, I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance. Before we get into the forecast, quick plug for my upcoming Astrology Academy 6 to 8 week course. This is the only time that this course will be led live by me, taking you step by step from zero to hero, from not understanding astrology or being overwhelmed and confused to having a basis for the rationale, for the history, for the application of astrology in your day-to-day life in whatever way you are called to learn it. So this is the only time I will ever be doing this live before I record it to repurpose. So make sure that you apply down below if you're interested. We would love to have you join and see if you are the right fit for this amazing life-changing course. So opening up on the 1st with a bang, Mercury's conjoining Uranus in your Taurus first house. This is communication igniting on fire around you and your identity. You might be having a breakthrough epiphany around who you are. You might be making a bold statement into the world around your identity or self-image. You could also be going through something around your body that's very sudden and very surprising the beginning of the month. On the 1st as well, Venus and Gemini is squaring Neptune and Pisces, and this is a month-long dynamic where some of the harmony and maybe blessings where you're receiving monetarily are being a bit diluted by friends or groups. So do watch out for friends or alliances or networking people that don't have your best interest or maybe dishonest around finances. On the 4th, there's a Sun-Mercury cazimi in Taurus, further illuminating the realizations or the epiphanies you're having around yourself, maybe your potential, maybe what your mind is cut out for, and releasing past limitations. And on the 7th, there's a full moon in your Scorpio 7th house. This is a culmination over the past 6 months around relationships, partnerships, and one-to-one bonds. There's a full video on this full moon down below, but this is really important for you to actually watch because this is happening right in your angular 7th house of one-to-one partnerships. There might be a chapter completing or a dynamic erupting in your relationship world that you could be interested in, knowing about. Link down below. On the 9th, Mercury in Taurus will trine Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn, so your ability to speak into existence something new about your identity is coming about due to the expansiveness of your education plans or your travel plans or some foreign knowledge that you're integrating. Before all of this world situation, you might have recently gone abroad or taken a trip, and that's now leading to some realizations that require transformation but are in your growth and your best interest. On the 11th, Mercury in Taurus will square Mars in Aquarius, so your speaking of your truth might come with some difficulties in the workplace, or you might have some backlash with those that you work around. There is some definite tension with Mercury in your first house during this month, because then on the 11th actually, on the 11th as well, Saturn in Aquarius will station retrograde in your 10th house, so that is showing how some of the challenges that you began to face in your career are now reverting back to the challenges that you faced in education or travel. Saturn entering Aquarius meant that you got a taste of what the career growth was going to be calling of you, and now you're going back to solve some of the Saturn and Capricorn issues of your 9th house of foreign travel, philosophy, spirituality, like higher realms of thought in your life. On the 12th, Mercury will enter Gemini and trine Saturn in Aquarius, so some of the money conversations that you're needing to have are being helped out by now your career workplace supporting you, so some of the challenges have been more well understood and you're willing to talk things out about how money and business are interconnected for you. On the 13th, Mars enters Pisces in your 11th house, so there might be some new challenges or new drive you have to put towards organizations, groups, and friends in your life for the next few weeks. On the 13th, Venus and Gemini will then station retrograde, which is making you rethink some of the money or financial dynamics that you had have been enacting. There's some rethinking or some reshifting around money that you may have gotten. On the 14th, Jupiter in Capricorn is then stationing retrograde. So some of the expansion that you have in career or in education or in travel or in learning about esoteric ideas, you're now revisiting or like revising a curriculum or going back and looking at your notes for a semester or something like that. On the 14th, the Sun in Taurus is trining Pluto in Capricorn and Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn. So some of the illumination around you this month, because the spotlight is on you as a Taurus rising this month, is being helped out by that work and that expansion you're putting into broadening your horizons. It's really allowing you to open up through your identity this month. Then on the 22nd, Mercury will conjoin Venus in Gemini and square Neptune in Pisces. So this is further illuminating that dynamic about conversations around money maybe not being fully supported by those that you're friends with or those that you are in an organization or like workplace dynamic with, that there is some delusion or some secrecy happening with those around you. So be careful that you are, clear about contracts around money, what your financial situation is and whatnot. From my perspective, definitely get that checked out. Finally, the month closes with the 22nd with a new moon in Gemini in your second house. Full video down below on this new moon as well. This is a new beginning for the next 6 months around finances and money in your life. So you might be being like, I'm gonna go this solo, I'm getting my own bank account, I'm not depending on anyone, I'm setting this up, and it's a bit of a psycho new moon. So there's a lot of activity financially for you this month, and then there's a new beginning for it at the end of the month. So check that video out down below. Kind of a crazy one, but for you, good things can come if you put in that structure and that honesty, or you get others to be honest in relation to your finances. So next, let's pull a tarot card for Taurus risings for this month. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. The key word I like to use for this, or the key phrase, is incorrect thinking, like a malfunction in thinking. So I think that as you are focusing on finances, building up your bank account, really like getting the bag, just be careful that you're not going down a route organizationally or socially that is like just incorrect. Like if you can, be as self-sufficient as possible during this time with your finances. Next, let's pull a Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck card, my new deck I'm so excited to use with you all as Taurus risings. Let's see what card comes up for Taurus risings for May 2020. Hand fasting union. I'm going to see what this says in the book, Hand Fasting Union. Let's celebrate, dance, and sing for Lord, Lady, Queen, and King. Unite together, hearts are one, in sacred marriage bound as one. This magic is worked with harm to none, so note it be, there it is done. So maybe that you're being asked to trust in one other person, not so much a large organization. Maybe you need to get really clear on what the terms and conditions are with your finances, with your partner, or with your business partner, and that leads to stepping away from a larger group context. That sounds really specific, so if you're like really young and that doesn't apply to you, you can modify that advice to your situation. But overall, this month is an abundant month for you. Like, you have your nose to the grindstone to get that paper, but it takes some ironing out of the kinks. If you did enjoy this and you would like to check out my private astrology readings down below, I would love to read for you one-on-one. Otherwise, check out the Astrology Academy. If you are called, I bet you are one of the people that would make a great fit for this intensive. Only time I will ever be doing this with me weekly in a Zoom call, Facebook group, whole thing, changing your life by learning the language of the cosmos. So otherwise, make sure that you like, subscribe. Let me know down below any thoughts, any stories, any comments you want to leave me about this month for you, how you're feeling about this. Otherwise, sending so much love. Stay safe right now. See you in the next one.
But there is one thing you're all